Hi everyone, I am John Fly and I'm very excited to fly this new C152 Aerobat. I've stayed away from the 152 in the past, partly because I like to use autopilot, and two, it just seemed a little too simplistic for my taste. But we're very fortunate to have a mod that is free to the community for those who own the Carenado 152 for X-Plane 11. So Nhadrian, I think that's how you say his name. I will link his mod below so you guys can download that. But again, you need to own the Carenado 152 for X-Plane 11, and then you follow the instructions to put that mod on top of the aircraft. One thing that you'll notice as I do this flight is that there is a lot going on in the cockpit now. And the cool thing about this mod is that you can take things away or add things to it. So without any further delay, I will go ahead and get the plane started. So you can, of course, remove the yoke. Here's the control lock. We're going to turn on the master battery. And as you can see, that's bringing up my Garmin 650 and G5 avionics. So we're going to go ahead and continue through the prompt screens here. You also have the AviTab tablet here if you install the AviTab plugin. Yeah, so it's not your typical 152. Now, again, for those that want to be a little more traditional, for lack of a better word, you just come up here and you click on this area here. That brings up this three-dimensional setup screen. So here I can choose not to have the 650. I can choose not to have the iPad or the G5. And then now you can see we're back to the more traditional Cessna 152 Aerobat look and feel. I personally prefer the 650. Now that's an extra add-on from realityxp.com, and I highly recommend both it and the 750 GTN. For purposes of this demonstration, I'll go ahead and turn off window reflections. I'll leave the wheel fairing on. We have realistic nose wheel control. You have the option to do Tundra tires. You also have this option to do overhead info HUD. And what that does is it gives you this little window up here to give you your heading, pressure, temperature, wind, MSL, AGL, vertical speed, etc. It's kind of cool to have. I like it, so I'll leave that up and running. Here you have a payload configuration area. You can open the passenger doors and the pilot door, which is kind of cool. You can get rid of the static elements, which are the, I'll just go to the outside here. We got some remove before flight, covers, etc., and some chocks on the outside of the aircraft. I'm using a what's called the red livery that comes with the aircraft. I do have some real-time, real-world time in the Cessna 152, and yeah, when I landed it, it was quite a bit different than the low-wing Piper that I had done the bulk of my training in. And so there's not a lot of ground effects. So I'm not going to write home about that particular landing in that 152. Let's go down here, and again, we've got different. We can change the field of view. We can change the camera views, etc. One cool thing about this aircraft is it does come with GoPro cameras. So if you move down here to the glove box, and oh, that's interesting. I did that by accident. You can fold the seats down. That's kind of cool. So let's get it a little bit tighter in here to the glove box. And in here you can see we have GoPro cameras. So I'll just click on those, and that will install a GoPro camera here. Let's click on the back view GoPro here. You can see the front GoPro view. And then you also can zoom back down here and go to the wing cam left, which is right there, which is this GoPro that is out on the wing. So that's kind of cool. Little value add to the situation. Okay, so let's go ahead and click this hide setup button, and we can close the doors here also through just the door handle and close them there as well. Alright, we've had the batteries on, so we're draining the battery. I'm going to go ahead and put full mixture. I'm going to make sure that the fuel tank is on, and we're going to pump the throttle 3 times, and then we're going to come down here to the magnetos, go back to both, and we have a successful engine start. I'll go ahead and bring back the throttle to hover right around 1,000 RPM. I'm going to come down here and I'll turn on the alternator. And one thing I should have done before I started, the beacon light probably should have been on. Trim here, we'll go ahead and set that for takeoff. And we can also click either this headset here, or we can click on this microphone jack here. Really cool for lowering the noise as we would in the real world. Noise canceling headset. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and call up clearance. I am on the Pilotedge network, and I've filed an IFR flight plan, and we're going to call for clearance and see if we get as filed. One thing that we're going to be doing today is the Oakland 3 departure procedure. I'm not sure if this plane actually qualifies for the climb gradient, but I think it's going to be close. It's a radar vector departure, so we should be okay. Let's go ahead and tune to clearance. I'll bring over the Navigraph chart. The Navigraph chart application is very handy because it does give you georeferencing for your aircraft, and so we're here on the northeast side of the airport, or the north side of the airport, I guess you could say, north hangars. Clearance control at Oakland is 121.1, so I'll go ahead and minimize that down and zoom in to our GTN650. I'm going to click on this and dial in 1251 and make that the primary. I'm sorry, 121.1. So 12110. Enter. Make that the primary. All right, cool. All right, I'm also going to set a squawk code here, 1200. You can set it here or here. We'll also be in the standby mode. All right, let's see if Pilotedge is hearing us okay. One thing that I like to do to verify that everything is working properly is go over to map.pilotedge.net, click on my own aircraft, and that will tell me whether or not I am on the correct frequency. Now, as you can see here, there's no frequency listed. It does show my flight plan, but no frequency. So a little pro tip here on the Cessna 152 is with this mod, not sure if that's the case with the natural mod, but you just click on COM1 and that should bring up the frequency onto the Pilotedge map. We may need to do a refresh. It may take a few seconds here to populate that frequency.
Number 261 Romeo Alpha, are you able to maintain your own terrain and obstruction clearance from your present altitude to 16,000?
I'll go ahead and just refresh the web page, and sure enough, 121.1.
Clear to Aspen Airport, be at present position, direct red table, direct, climb and maintain 16,000.
Obviously, we're hearing the controller at this point. So my call sign today is November 572 Charlie Echo, and I'll go ahead and call for clearance now. It's always good to make sure that the controller is not listening to another pilot, and that pilot is not responding. He's given another call, so I'll wait until I feel that he is potentially available. Oakland Clearance, Cessna 572 Charlie Echo, IFR San Jose.
572 Charlie Echo, Oakland Clearance on request.
Okay, so when he says on request, we don't say anything back. He's going to check out our flight plan and then give us a clearance, which may change from what we filed. Again, I'm not sure if the plane will meet the climb gradient. I'm calculating that it barely will, but I may ask for an authorized variance from the climb gradient. We are carrying FS economy passengers today, and so we are heavy. We also have 16 gallons of fuel, and again, 3 people in the 152. Meanwhile, we're waiting for the clearance. I'll go ahead and review the departure. So if we click on SID, Oakland 3 departure, as you can see here, we'll probably be taking off from 28, and we're climbing on a heading of 278 for radar vectors from the controller. We need to cross 4 miles northwest of the Oakland VOR between 1400 and 2000.
Cessna 572 Charlie Echo, full route clearance, advise ready to copy.
Ready to copy, 572 Charlie Echo.
572 Charlie Echo, clear to the San Jose Airport, Nuevo 8 departure, Eugene, direct Woodside, and then direct. Climb via the SID, accept, maintain 5000. Departure frequency 135.1, squawk 2264.
Okay, clear to San Jose, Nuevo 8, departure Eugene, Woodside, and direct. Climb via SID, accept, maintain 5000, squawk 2264, Cessna 572 Charlie Echo.
We're 572 Charlie Echo, read back correct.
Alright, so we got quite a bit different.
November 2 Quebec, Seattle Center.
Quite a bit different from what we filed, so I'm going to come in here and change our squawk code actually to 2264. Enter. I will also put this into on. Actually, I'm going to put it into altitude reporting just because I'm not sure if it'll automatically go to that. It may. I should probably test that sometime. All right, we're going to put in a flight plan now. So I'll zoom in here. We'll click on Oakland, and we're going to load a procedure. The departure procedure will be the Nuevo 8 departure procedure. And based on the charts here, if we go back to the taxi diagram, I'm assuming that we're going to get 28 right. So we'll go runway 28 right, and we're doing the Eugene transition. If we go back here to the chart, I'm going to modify my route here completely. We're going to do, actually maybe I'll do this. Click on Oakland 3, change it, and the departures are now the Nuevo 8 via Eugene. Perfect, it's in there. And then after Eugene, we're going to go to Woodside. Go on type route, and I'm going to pop that into Nuevo 8 Eugene OSI. And let's see how that looks. There's the Woodside VOR. Cool. So we're going to go out over the bay. This is going to be perfect. I love it. All right. So right with the Shui transition, we'll load the departure, and then we're going to look at this. So Sapley. Okay, there's Sapley. Okay, so out of waypoint OSI. OSI. And then after OSI, we're going to go direct. So KSJC. And there we go. I think that's good. So we'll go to the map.
Number 2, Quebec.
I'm going to review the Nuevo 8 departure.
So
says here, climb on heading 278 for radar vectors to the Sausalito radio 168. So we're going to basically climb on a heading of 278, which is almost runway heading. And we're going to intercept and proceed on the Sausalito 168 radial to Sapley. Okay, so I think we're ready to go on that. So back to the flight plan. Yeah, Sapley. And then OSI San Jose. Hopefully that will be within the confines of the climb gradient. All right, I'm going to go ahead. We don't do any flaps for this particular aircraft on takeoff generally. I guess there are exceptions, maybe soft field or short field. I'm going to go ahead and tune to ground. So we'll go back over to the taxi diagram, and on here in the chart at the top we have 121.9er as the frequency, also referred to as ground point 9er. Come down here and dial in 12190. Swap that, and then we're also going to put in the tower, which is 118.3. We'll put that into the standby. 118.3 and enter. That all looks good. Now we're going to one thing I do need to do though is I need to tune to ATIS, so 133775. We'll do that first. So
Number 1 Romeo Alpha, contact aspect approach 123.8.
133775. Make that the primary.
2.14. Altimeter 3011. Arriving and departing runways 28 left, 28 right, 3033. Visual approaches in use. ILS runway 28 right at ILS runway 30 approach in use. VFR departures contact clearance delivery, advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information X-ray. Metropolitan Oakland Airport, ATIS information X-ray, 1953 Zulu. Wind 270 at 10. Visibility 10. Few clouds at 1,600. Temperature 22. 2.14. Altimeter 3011. Arriving and departing runway.
Okay, so we have
28
ATIS information
30,
X-ray.
33. Visual approaches in use. ILS runway.
So I'm going to change this back to ground point 9er. Make that the primary. And then what we're going to do is we will call ground, and we're going to ask for permission to taxi. We need to give them who we are, where we are, and what we want to do, and that we have
Number 2, Quebec, Oakland
the
Center,
weather.
loud and clear. How do you hear me?
Oakland ground, Cessna 572, Charlie Echo, North Hangars, taxi with X-ray.
Number 572, Charlie Echo, Oakland ground, runway 28 right, taxi via Charlie and Bravo.
28 right, Charlie, Bravo, Cessna 572, Charlie Echo. All right, so we'll go ahead. Okay. So we're going to do just a U-turn here. And we're going Charlie, Bravo.
You are now logged on.
Logging into FS Economy. And again, we can use georeferencing here
Alpha, descend and maintain 14,000.
to show where we are. This plane needs a little bit of speed in order to use the rudders to steer. My understanding is that that's true to the real world. You need a lot of power, a lot of airflow to make those rudders effective. All right, we're going to turn here at Bravo. And we're going to change immediately over to tower. I'm going to stop right here, and I'm going to put in the departure frequency 135.1. Oakland Tower, Cessna 572 Charlie Echo. Got a quick question on the climb gradient. It looks like we'll be able to make it, but if not, should we give you a heads up on that now?
572 Charlie Echo, tell you what, let's make this easier for both of us. Hold short runway 28 right, and I'll give you a little bit better routing.
Okay, holding short 28 right, 572 Charlie Echo. We aren't getting the Bay Tour, but he's going to give me a different
Probably
route.
even what you filed before, but number 572 Charlie Echo is cleared to San Jose. Expect radar vectors soon all, then direct. And I'll have you climb and maintain 3,000 initially, and you expect 6,000 after 5 minutes.
All right, cleared to San Jose, radar vectors, Sunol. Climb maintain 3,000, we'll expect 6. Thanks, Cessna 572 Charlie Echo, and we're ready to go 28 right.
For 572 Charlie Echo, readback is correct. Runway 28 right, cleared for takeoff, fly heading 315.
Heading 315, 572 Charlie Echo, clear for takeoff 28 right. Alright, so we're going to put in a direct. You probably shouldn't be doing this on the ground, but actually, you know what? We'll just do it in the air. We're going to get radar vectors anyway, and then we'll put in the GPS. So we'll hand fly this. I'm going to go ahead and turn on some lights. Landing lights, nav lights, all that good stuff. Let's taxi into the middle of the runway. And 315. Set heading 315. Set heading 315.
Heading 315 degrees.
Number 2, Quebec Local Center. Number 1, Romeo Alpha, contact Aspen Tower 118.85.
Okay, we're climbing, maintain 3,000. There's enough rotation speed.
Aspen Tower, number 261, Romeo Alpha, what's on the wrong fork visual?
Number 261, Romeo Alpha, Aspen
Enjoy
Tower,
your flight.
wind variable at 6.
Long live Snack Air Booyah.
15, clear to land, Romeo Alpha.
Alright, we're at 200 and climbing. Usually wait until I leave the runway before I turn on my heading. I think we can turn now. 315. There's an approximate 315 heading. I'll go ahead and put in the autopilot, and I'll put in a heading, and I'll put in a vertical speed of 500. Gonna lean just a little bit there. While that's going, I'll go ahead and do flight plan, menu, delete, add a waypoint. And we'll go to Sunol. Hit enter. All right. That's good for now. We're still in heading mode. Going right over Alameda, direct over Oakland. So after Sonol, we're going to go probably direct.
Number 2 Charlie Echo, contact NorCal departure.
Over to departure, 572 Charlie Echo. NorCal departure, Cessna 572 Charlie Echo, 1,600, climbing 3,000.
Number 572 Charlie Echo, NorCal departure, afternoon and radar contact. The Oakland altimeter 3010, climb and maintain 6,000.
Climb maintain 6,000, 10 on the altimeter, Cessna 572 Charlie Echo. Alright, so we're cleared up to 6,000. And we're going to set altimeter 3000.
Altimeter
My simmer's
3000.
a little bit different than what he has, but... Alright, I'm going to try to increase this vertical speed just a bit here. Let's see if we can get 600 out of this. Well, maybe we can get 700. A little bit bumpy out there. 2,400 climbing. It's very important to pay close attention.
Number 2 Charlie Echo, turn left heading 300.
300 left, 572 Charlie Echo. Set heading 300.
Heading 300 degrees.
Everyone, Romeo Alpha coming off the runway. Don't change the ground frequency unless you're told to do so by tower. Just stay on that tower. You can poke him, let him know that you're off the runway, and you stay on my frequency for now until they're MV Alpha.
Okay, we can turn the Avitab tablet back on. I don't know how that accidentally got removed. My bad. Even more stuff. Oh, and it looks like we also got rid of our Garmin, so we'll bring back up the G5 avionics. I'm going to lean a little bit more, give me a little bit more power. Just bringing back the mixture ever so slightly. There is not an EGT gauge in this 152 Aerobat, so I just go off of a small drop in the RPM here. So if I raise the mixture up, kind of peak the RPM, and that's how I lean. So we can go over here to the EFB now, and we can put in KSJC. We're going to get vectors for the visual approach for San Jose, but that doesn't mean we can't bring in the ILS 30 left chart for an additional reference point. So I'm going to put in 110.9 in the nav frequency and the final approach course of 306. So I'm going to click on nav. I'm going to go 110.9er. Make that primary. One 110.9. Yep. And then over here, set nav1 course 306.
NAV1 course set to 306.
You can do that via the G5 or using my voice command. San Jose Tower 124 nothing. We're gonna come in from this direction, so we need to be at 2,700 at high vac. Once we get low enough to get, and we give them, the airport and site, we'll get cleared for the visual approach, and then we can take it from the ILS from that point. So okay, I'm going to sync up my heading bug using a map on my joystick that just toggles that heading synchronization, which you can do in the command section of X-Plane. And then that way I can quickly just hit heading and then go on a vector. If I recall correctly, we did get...
Number 2 Charlie Echo, contact NorCal approach 121.3.
121.3, 572 Charlie Echo. 1213. NorCal approach 572 Charlie Echo, 6000 with Victor.
572 Charlie Echo, NorCal approach. Thanks for Victor. Altimeter is 3009er.
09er. Not your typical California weather. Really like the reflection built into that handle. Looks great. Okay, so now you can see on the Avi tab here on the JEPA.
Charlie Echo, turn right heading 170, vectors for the visual approach.
170, 572 Charlie Echo. Set heading 170.
Heading 170 degrees.
Okay, we'll immediately hit heading. And we're headed to 170. As I was saying before, we are now referenced on the chart itself. You can see our little red plane there. This is Navigraph integration into AviTab, which is beautiful. We're, yeah. Nice vector. If any of you are considering the Pilotedge network, yeah, pilotedge.net on the web. There is a 2-week free trial available, and it is by far, in my opinion, the #1 add-on for any flight simulator. It adds so much immersion. It's good for the enthusiast, the sim pilot enthusiast, but it's also good for anyone that's considering real-world training. It's going to knock off hours, especially with regard to VFR procedure
thanks, I didn't observe, and you said you want touch and go. What was direction of departure?
And IFR procedures. I'm going to turn up the volume here of pilot.
3 Kilo Papa, enter right base, runway 17 right. Runway 17 right. Clear touch and go, and south departure is approved, wind variable 3.
This is the B2 volume script, so you can do a Google search for B2 volume to quickly manipulate your volumes inside X-Plane.
Number 2 Charlie Echo, descend and maintain 5,000.
Descend and maintain 5,000, Cessna 572 Charlie Echo. Alright, so we're going to hit vertical speed. And we'll start down at 700 feet per minute, bring back the throttle. That'll increase our airspeed up here. We want to stay out of the yellow. I may modify that. Well, we could modify the throttle input or lower our vertical speed. It's really fighting to maintain that heading. Okay, we're coming up to 5,000. Then I'll hit the altitude button here. We got some ground contact here. I'll hit the altitude button there. That'll level us off. Still on a 170 heading.
Number 2 Charlie Echo, turn right heading 200.
Right turn 200, 2 Charlie Echo. Set heading 200.
Heading 200 degrees.
Five 572 Charlie Echo has field in sight.
Number 2 Charlie Echo, cross over at midfield and our left downwind, runway 30 left, cleared visual approach.
Okay, crossover midfield for a left downwind 30 left, clear visual approach. Cessna 572 Charlie Echo.
Charlie Echo, contact San Jose Tower 124.0.
Over to tower, 572 Charlie Echo. It's pretty cool. San Jose Tower, Cessna 572 Charlie Echo, 4,200. We're going to cross midfield for a left downwind, visual 30 left.
572 Charlie Echo, San Jose Tower, Roger, wind 320 at 9 runway 30 left, clear to land.
30 left, cleared to land, Cessna 572 Charlie Echo. I mean, not clear to land, right? We're just now crossing over the, coming up to midfield, I should say. I guess the rule is as long as you keep the airport in sight, the visual approach is okay, but I have to get clarification if, well, yeah, should be an interesting situation to talk about with regard to clearance above, but I can see there. I can see the field. Okay, now we're going to make a left turn. Rotate this dial here. Got to click on it, and then we can rotate. All right, so there we are. We can be at high VAT, or yeah, we can be at 4L at 1,000. We're at 2,300 now, so we'll extend our downwind here a little bit. I'm going to make a little bit of a course correction here. Thousand at 4 roll. Okay. It's nice that you can pan around and see the field back there. Okay, so now I'm going to take the autopilot off. I'm going to turn base. We're at probably a little bit high, but I can see that. Raise my wing here. We won't turn base until we get.
Second, my ground total 2202, Yankee Shorty, Yankee 2 for taxi.
And
Southway 202, Capital Ground, runway 16 left, taxi via Whiskey and Delta. 16 left, Whiskey Delta, Southwest 2202.
turning base here now. We're going to land on the left side. Wind is 9, coming from 270. Maintain altitude here a little bit. Pappies are happy. I'd say that was a pretty good base turn. Okay, a little bit high, correcting. Slowing down. Alright, I was told that once you get into the green, you need to pull that carb heat. Trimming. Put in some flaps, and we'll do carb heat. Ooh. Flaps change us there a little bit. Sorry, I had to take my hand off the yoke. A little bit high. Correcting. 86 knots. Pappies are happy again. reducing throttle even more. Don't want to land before the threshold. And we're going to use a little bit of rudder here as well. Bleed off some speed. And touchdown. Okay. We're going to exit up here to the left. Woo!
R2 Charlie Echo, left turn at Golf. Take Golf all the way down to Victor to the ramp this frequency.
Okay, left turn at Golf, Victor down to the ramp this frequency, 2 Charlie Echo. Alright, so Golf is up here. Keep my speed up. Thanks for the beautiful midfield vector.
Sure. Capital Tower, Southwest 2202, ready to go, 16 left. Southwest 2202, Capital Tower, only 16 left, cleared for takeoff, wind 2206. Go take off 22 left, south, 16 left, Southwest 2202.
Okay, we're going to pass this whiskey and we're going to go on to Victor. Yeah. Okay, we'll go flaps up. That is whiskey. And transient parking is to the right. Ground handling is a little bit interesting for me, but it's probably pilot error. That was cool. That was a fun flight. I'm falling more and more in love with this aircraft, so if you happen to own the Carenado 152, then I will link the mod below. It's a free mod, so we're actually raising a group donation for Nhadrian. I think that's how you say his name. I could be wrong. We're doing a group donation. We've raised $20 so far, so we're trying to raise 50 to send it over to him on again on twitch.tv/JohnFly, and we'll go ahead and park right here and collect our money for the FS economy. Set my parking brake, turn off some lights.
Thank you for flying Snack Air.
Of course, always check out snackair.com for the best FS economy group around.
Phoenix Sky Harbor.
And the largest group.
Southwest 8101, pick up our IFR to San Antonio.
South 2202, contact NorCal departure. Departure, we'll see you.
This is the FS Economy Plus login, which you can
Southwest 8101, Phoenix clearance on request, MI.
You can get on the JohnFly Discord. I'll also link the JohnFly Discord below. Again, a great community where we can share our triumphs and our failures and everything in between. Yeah, it's a great way to make friends. So join our Discord, join Snack Air, join Pilotedge, get this mod, have fun. This is the first time I've done an edited flight in a very long time. I appreciate any likes of the video, but I also acknowledge that if you disliked it, then so be it. And comment below. I try to respond to anything that's... I tend to not do technical support on YouTube, so if you have any technical support questions, maybe direct that toward the Discord. But occasionally I might have a quick answer for someone. But you guys make this all fun and worthwhile. Thank you for watching the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. You all have a great day, and we'll see you soon.